I had something come up. I want to get your opinion on this. And by the way, I'm a huge sports fan of all sports. We just don't talk about that stuff. I'm a
should talk about
big time Clipper fan right now. I'm loving it. But this came up. You know, there's a movement to stop Pee Wee football, like Pop Warner.
Yes.
And my argument was, if you take 20 little boys and put a ball in an empty field, no rules or nothing, they're going to grab the ball and start running into each other and banging into each other. Like, it's not, football is not inherently dangerous. Little boys like to hit each other.
Right.
No matter what you do, you're not going to protect them from that. So Pop Warner football, at least it's organized and they got on helmets and they're hitting kids the same size. You know, that's the other thing. It's not like a kid who's 4 feet tall, weighs 80 pounds, is going up against a kid who's 5'10", 150. You know, so I'm like, let them play football because kids are. That's right. I mean, that hasn't changed. I don't think that's changed.
This is God bless you, Alonzo Bodden, because we have. I went out to dinner with my wife on Friday night, and I drank a little of my own mangria. And I started going off.
Is it like taking some of your own medicine?
Yes, on what? It's like when the dealer's hitting off his own stash. And I went off, pull up the picture of me and Henry and or James Boyd so I can get a little street cred with Alonzo Bodden. But the point is this. I went off on this, here's what kids need, and I don't give a shit about multiplication tables or spelling or anything. I want them to be educated. Don't get me wrong. But I want them to be tough, and I want them I want them to internalize and not externalize. And I said, look, here's what I love about football. And you're talking about a guy who started playing in the farm. They're called the Farm League. And then I played Gremlins. And then I played 2 years of Pee Wee and then midgets. And then bantam. So
what are you talking about?
I played 7 years of Pop Warner football. That's the maximum. That's the maximum amount of Pop Warner football a human being can play.
You spent 9 years talking about it.
Far exceeded that.
No, I mean just the words combined. Like 9 years.
So the deal. That's when we were Gremlins. By the way, Polly High. I said to my wife, look. Here's how football works. The first thing you do is you go into the huddle, and the quarterback says, okay, here's what it is. It's an I formation, 96, power trap on 3. Ready? Break. Okay, you go up to the line. Then you have something called a film session, which takes place afterward, meaning you watched a film of the game. And if he called a 96 power trap and there's film of you getting up out of your stance and pulling out, but you're going the wrong direction, you will be the only one going the wrong direction. And you can't sit there in that film session when your coach plays it backwards and forwards over and over again and go, all those other 10 guys, they were wrong. I was going, and how dare you? No, it beats that right out of you immediately. All you have to do is pop out of your stance, and instead of pulling to the right or come out of your stance as a back and step into the right, all you have to do is bang into your quarterback. All you have to do is be on the wrong side of the quarterback. He's handing the ball off to the left. You're running past the right. All you have to be is the back that misses the blitzing linebacker when that's your assignment and your quarterback gets crushed. That's on you, and you immediately internalize it. And if you try to externalize it, you can't. You go to the bench. Coach yells at you, what the fuck were you doing? You missed your block. You missed your assignment. And the second thing I said the quarterback does when you're in the huddle is he says the count. He says it's on 1, on 2, or on 3, rarely 4, but it could be on 3.
On sound.
And he says down, set, hut 1, hut 2. And if you jump forward, then guess what? You've now cost the team 5 yards. You're never going to pass the argument of all 10 of these guys remembered hearing it the wrong way, and I was the only one in the huddle who heard it correctly. It was on 2. No, everyone else will be frozen in their stance, and there will be film of you jumping forward, and then they will stop the game. They will move the ball 5 yards further back from your goal line, and you can go back in the huddle and talk about it with the other 10 pissed off guys. That's what I want in my son. I want it in my daughter, too. I don't want her to be a lesbian, but the point is I want that internalization. Not, you don't know me, or I know in my heart what that snap count was. I know in my heart he called a power toss to the left, not to the right. No. It beats that right out of you.
What are you talking about?
Immediately, and that's the best part about football. Football, everyone I know played football is tough, and they don't externalize. You can't externalize. You're on a team, and there's film of you fucking up.
By externalize, do you mean blaming it on things outside yourself?
Yes, the biggest mistake I find in unsuccessful, unproductive, and un-everything adults is boss fired me because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Teacher has it out for me. What's wrong with that guy? Either a business partner, that partner in life, that boss, that teacher, that whoever who's got that cop. It's all out. I don't know. All the people I know who are frozen, who are not producing anything and not growing and not, it's always, hey, no one told me, and how was I supposed to, and I tried my hardest, and I never, all of those things, I know in my heart, if you tell a coach you gave it 100% and you still missed that blitzing linebacker, then you're on the fucking bench.
Yeah, team sports, any team sports, same thing in basketball. If you're not where you're supposed to be, or if you're not hustling, if you shoot and don't follow your shot,
right? If
you just take a shot and you watch it, your ass will be on the bench so fast because the rest of the team's like, hey, we're not rebounding for you,
right?
Unless you're Kobe.
Right.
You know, that's
sure.
That's a different level.
But no choice.
But team sports teach kids a million things. And the thing is, what you're saying is they teach each other. It's not just the coach. It's like you're responsible to the other kids.
Right.
You know, and it's like, yo, man, you're fucking up for the team. You know, and yeah, it does teach a bunch of lessons. And also getting banged up. Again, I don't know how it is for little girls, but for little boys, getting banged up is part of growing up. If you're a boy and you don't get hit, fall off of something, run into somebody, get knocked on your ass, like that's a valuable experience growing up.
No, I know. And my son is growing up wrapped in bubble wrap.
My nephew
and
is
a
like
cot
that.
mattress with duct tape around it. So I'm going to have to get it all into one afternoon when we just go for a ride, and then I put a brick on the accelerator up on Mulholland, and I do a shoulder roll out of the car, and I just yell, "Hang on, airbag will save you!" And he just goes rolling down the hill. I'm just going to squeeze it all into one afternoon. Yeah,
funny.
I know you need to get your ass kicked a little bit, and the other thing about football, which is interesting, is there's another coach on the other sideline. So your whole job is you're going to pull out as a guard. You're going to pull in front of the play. You're going to kick out the end who comes across because the tackle or the tight end is going to release, and you're going to kick him out, and then you're going to run a trap play and slide inside of him. Well, his job is to not get kicked out. So one of you is going to get yelled at. Somebody's getting yelled at because if you do your job, he's kicked out, but then his coach is going to go, you shouldn't have gotten kicked out.
Just to clarify, this does not apply to Jewish children, does it?
No.
I don't have
But
to listen
can
to
I
this part.
confess how worried I am if I ever have a son, because I'm going to want to make sure that nothing hurts him and make sure he's not unhappy, and I don't know how to raise a boy.
But we are making, and I know there's the brain injury part, that's another story, but first off, the physical part, the part where fingers are dislocated and you just football gets a lot of like just helmet to the thigh, Charlie horse kind of bumps and bruises, like, and just you wake up sore the next day. Your ribs hurt the next day. The most, I had a dislocated shoulder that was pretty fucked up, but that was a freakish accident. Most of the time, it's just shit that you don't really know about it years on. It hurt pretty bad at the time, but now you're back. Or maybe it was a bad injury, but either way, the mental part, it's so much more important. We focus on the physical part. How much physicality do you really need in today's touchscreen world? Most kids can't drive a manual stick shift anymore. How much heavy lifting is my kid going to do? Do you think he's going to have to build a pyramid or something? Or like get on a Viking ship with a guy cracking a whip, and like moving?
It's just a waste of my time.
It sounds like he's just going to have to crawl out of a car.
Yeah, he's going to drive a car that probably has a bunch of smart technology.
He's
so
not going to drive.
He's
going to go for a ride, and Google's going to have the cars driving themselves.
Right. Go get out. Fuck his avatar and then watch a little big screen TV. Yeah, he's not really going to need his if if his forefinger was dislocated when he was 9, that's not going to make a big deal. I mean, he might not be able to operate the universal remote, but he's going to be using some sort of retinal scanning, heads-up display thing where it follows his eyeballs around the screen. Anyway, so really, what are we going to need our bodies for? We're not doing anything. He's not going to be a roofer. Maybe he's going to be a roofer. Either way.
It'll be all right.
I'm with
the kid will get hurt.
Yes.
Now and then. I mean,
what I'm saying is I'm going to want to. I'm afraid I'm going to get in the way of him getting the normal scrapes and bruises in both mental and physical, and then I'll create this like coddled sissy of a boy, or whatever the appropriate word is. That's what I'm afraid.
No, you don't want that.
You don't.
Yeah.
So let him play something physical. Let him get hit now and then, or just let him out and be a boy.
Yes.
He'll do it himself. If you just cut him loose for a few hours a day.
That's right.
He'll find his own way.
Yep, and drop Sonny off in Tijuana and say, be a boy.
I'm just going to make sure I have
your
girls.
way.